Hey, Slynk here with another video. Remember in my last video when I was talking about linear phase EQs and how minimal phase EQs can cause phase shifting and that creates notch filters? You can see that there are some really bad notch filters here that are just carving up the signal and changing it dramatically. So we're mixing a dry signal with a phase shifted signal, and that's a big no-no. You never want to do that. But what if you do want notch filters, especially when you're designing a bassline? Well, I kind of had this idea to use a multiband dynamics to force notch filters and move them around to create a crazy bass sound. So let me show you how it works. All right, so here we are in Ableton. I've got an operator here just playing a saw wave and an analyzer so we can remember what a saw wave looks like. But let's put a multiband dynamics on there, and just putting in a multiband dynamics on there doesn't actually do anything. It's only splitting the frequencies up and causing phase shifting like I was talking about in my last video. So if we put this in a rack, okay, and play this in parallel with a dry signal. So this is our notch and this is our dry. Okay. Now if I play these together, look at those crazy notches happening there. It's kind of similar to a comb filter, but it is a little bit different. This is a kilohertz comb filter. So yeah, it's sort of similar to a comb filter, and I think it actually sounds really good. But then I started playing with the crossovers and realized that those notch filters actually move around. So obviously we're going to be macroing them. To macro 1, and we'll have this one go up to a maximum of 300 and the other one goes from 300 to 15,000. So now we got an effect like this. Pretty cool. And you know what? Let's duplicate that and we'll put this one on the left side and this one on the right side. Call this one notch right, and I'll map these ones in reverse. Like so. Oh, that's cool. So the notches are like passing each other on the left and the right signals, and it's creating kind of a mess, a good mess. I know what you're thinking. Put an LFO on that and then sample it, right? For sure. Let's do it. Put an LFO on there. I want this to just be a ramp, and I think I'm just going to set this to like quarter notes. I already have the project set up as a drum and bass sort of BPM. That's so cool. So I've got a MIDI node here. I can just freeze this, and now I can just create a new channel and plop it right there. Sweet. This is what it looks like. So we can actually just take one quarter note of that and throw that into a sampler like this. We'll just go crop sample so that we don't. Oh, look at that madness. So that, yeah, like that looks really cool, doesn't it? I love it. Right click, convert this into a sampler, and we'll set the root note to F0 because that was the note I was playing when I recorded this. It's peaking like crazy, so we better turn the volume down. And it's not looping yet, so let's turn the loop on. All right, pretty cool. So let's turn the voices to 1. We can mess around with the FM here if we like. Kind of some interesting results. It's hard to get it to FM perfectly because it's sort of going in and out of phase and stuff. This whole technique is messing with the phase, so it doesn't really work that well, but it can create like another movement on top. Some little squelchy bop, 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 bop kind of stuff on there. Pretty cool. Let's put a saturator on there. This is where the real magic happens. Saturator, soft clipping on, sinoid folds, and we'll turn the bass down. Not the bass, but the bass. We'll turn the depth up, and let's get the width down too, and the drive up. You can hear how the bass kind of really affects the saturator. Sounds so thin up here. And then this frequency is really pronounced as well. That's crunchy. I think it needs a little bit more air, so let's throw an erosion on there. We'll just pump this up quite a bit. Something like this. I might also turn the release time up as well. Pretty sweet. Hey, we can also mess with the shaper here. I found that it sounds the best on soft. That's just thick, wide. It's a notch madness. I already made one of these before recording this video, so I want to show that off as well. Here's how it sounds, and here's how it looks. Pretty nice. It's just got a glide on there as well, and I've tweaked the saturator settings a little bit more too. But what I'm really curious about is if we rewind a few steps, like let's unfreeze this and change this from a saw wave to a square wave. I've not tried this yet. I'm just going to flatten this again. Well, not flatten, but freeze. Plonk that there. Let's drag this into the sampler instead. Again, I'll just right click, crop sample, turn looping on. Oh yeah, we got to set the root node as well to F0. Oh, it sounds super cool up high, like boo. I'm sure if you started with a even more complex sound than just a saw wave or a square wave, you'd get something even more crazy. So yeah, kind of a weird way to make a bass line, but I just thought these notch filters are just too good not to mess around with. So that's pretty much it, just a short video. I just wanted to show you that one technique. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.
So it's time for me to